The primary disability that I live with is not from the rape. It is from 4 years of unmitigated, unchecked, brutal command retaliation. My life before this, I climbed the highest mountain in the Western Hemisphere. I hiked across the Sierra Nevada alone. I kayaked Lake Superior solo for a week. I danced. And I got to be on all these amazing television series. Now, I maybe can leave my house 3 times a week for appointments. If I do more than that, the thoughts of suicide and the pain become unbearable. I'm Christine Kleberg. I live in Minneapolis, and I served since 2012 with the California Air National Guard. I was a loadmaster on the C-130J model aircraft. It's a combat airlift position. You load, weight, balance, rig the plane for airdrop. It was pretty incredible. I specifically wanted to join the Guard because I grew up where you work with your hands and you serve. And I just got to the age of 30, almost 35, and was like, it's now or never. So I enlisted 2 days before my 35th birthday. 2014 was my first deployment with the Minnesota Guard. It was a brief deployment, but we did a lot of missions through the Middle East into Afghanistan and Kuwait. April 13th was my first day of aerial firefighting training in the air. We'd done a lot on the ground, but this was the first day of doing missions in the air. Oh, I can't even describe the joy. I was about to go for a run. I was tired. I got a text from one of the guys, and they said, you want to come join us? That night, at the fire pit, he begged me to stay longer and have another glass of what he had poured. And he's like, we saved some for you. And I just remember feeling happy and thinking about the stars. And that's the last thing I remember. I woke up. I cannot describe the sense of disorientation and terror. Trauma stops time. You're not really going through things in the right order. How did I get here? How did I get into a room? How are my clothes off? I need to find out what happened. To this day, I have no idea what happened. It took 6 months for the investigators to begin their investigation. The rapist declined to speak. I spoke for 3 hours. I did not have an advocate. It was a month and a half before I got any medical care or mental health care, and by that time I was having unstoppable thoughts of suicide. I was medically discharged May of 2018. I appealed that discharge all the way to the Secretary of the Air Force. How can you decide if I'm medically unfit to serve when my command has never provided any medical care? I was discharged anyway. The National Guard is I believe one of the most remarkable things that exists in the world. You juggle your civilian life, you stay engaged in what it means to be free. And then you go to places where people are suffering and you give your time so that you're not just enjoying your freedom for yourself. I took an oath not to surrender to enemies, foreign and domestic. We took an oath to leave no airmen behind. And we're completely on our own. We will lose our soul as a nation if we do not stop this. It is a national disgrace. And it can be stopped with two things: accountability and consequence.